talent is not enough for art, and that is such a counterintuitive sentence, and it is not about art production, it is about art completion. So, you're like, okay, can you stop being abstract now? Yes, we'll talk about all of this in this video before I do, before you talk in my video, okay? Come on. Look at the description. I have a poetry book, a fiction book, hopefully already linked there, and a guided journal. There's tons of things in the description. There's also my TikTok, where I hopefully will have gotten to see all of your guys' homework, because you will have tagged me. And what else? Oh, and my Spotify, because I have a podcast there. I have a podcast episode out here on Mondays and there on Fridays. They're separate episodes, completely different topics. Who doesn't like me? Most people and better, but that's not the point. No, I'm joking. Okay, about what? Yet to be found out. So, art and deadlines. Deadlines are so important. And it is, I think that's why people hire a manager. That's why people publish things with Random House, not just because they're awesome, because I'm sure they are, but because having to be the manager breathing down your neck as well as the artist feeling and doing and creating is quite difficult. And so you're gonna have to create timelines and deadlines, not timelines, deadlines, because otherwise it never gets done. And the reason you don't feel like you're an artist is because you've never produced art. If you're a singer and you've never recorded an album, if you play an instrument and you've never played a show, if you're a writer, you claim to be a writer, but you've never written a book. That's where the imposter syndrome comes from. It's not a lack of talent, it's not a lack of love for the art form. It is a lack of data, information, facts to back up your claim. So, we're going to talk about deadlines. I'm going to take you through, if you're a beginner, if you're advanced, whatever stage you're at, and you're like, why are you doing this part 5? Shouldn't this be the last one? No, because I want you to actually get something done in this course. I don't want to just have you watch, which is great. Thank you. Like, subscribe. Awesome that you're here. But I also want you actually to have something to show for at the end of this course. And if you do, please tag me. That would be so cool. Also, let's preface this, don't share anything on TikTok about the homework that is too personal. If for example, if you've done an outline for a book, all the things we'll get into in a second, don't share that. That's private, and you can't copyright that for the most part. So yeah, don't shoot yourself in the foot to show me you're walking. That's not a good metaphor. But you know what I mean. Okay, so we'll start from very beginners. So we'll do the basics, but you can apply this to any art form. So let's do sculpture, painting, drawing, these kind of things, music, and writing. So let's do sculpture. Oh, and the time limit has to be the 16-week course. So we're on week 5, so in 11 weeks, it has to be the end date. You don't have to write the great American novel. You do not have to recreate David, or whatever the name is of the sculpture. You don't have to do anything grand like that. I mean, you can, but that's not the goal. The goal is just to get it out there, because I have a really, really hard time imagining any writer that's written a good book, any of the classics, being done with their book and being like, it's a classic, if I will read it for 200 years from now, it's fabulous. Most people don't approach art that way, and just because you don't think it's fabulous doesn't mean it's not. Now, this is within reason. If you hate it, that's different, but let's get to the deadlines. Sculpture. You're either really, really, really beginner, then I want you to take 3 pottery classes. 1 to make a plate or something, 1 to make an actual pottery thing, a small thing, and then the next to make a half of your body size pottery thing. whether you take a class, whether you just get the supplies and do it at home, but I want you to make 3, and I want you to have deadlines. And since it's about 10 weeks, I would say 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, because the last one is a bigger project. Write this down. Write this down. Write this down. Write this down. I love pens if you can't tell, but really write this down. I promise you, if you do the thing, you do more of the thing. An object of motion stays in motion. It's even the way you plan days. There's days when I'm out about all the time, and then there's days I'm inside and I'm not doing anything for hours, because there is momentum to things and there is momentum to action. So plan this out. Take this serious. You can also apply this to any other goal, but this is an art course, so. But you can also apply this to, I think, any other goals. This specific video, most videos you can't. Please don't run your life the way a poet would. There's a reason. There's never been a president that writes poetry. I think, right? If there has. I wouldn't run anything logical on emotion, and that is what poetry and art is for the most part. But it's very important and I love it, but it's not the way I would run anything. But if you want to get better at communicating, I guess you could also run it through that. Anyways, I love a good sidetrack, but nobody else does. Pottery. Then, what was the next one? Painting and drawing. I'm assuming you've gotten all the supplies because that has been your homework before. And I want you to draw once on an A4 paper, once on an A3 paper, and once on an A2 paper, or paint. Small, bigger, bigger. What you paint, I don't care. Just do it. You're like, yes, but No. Chances are you've needed things you have now to do the thing you want, and you still haven't done it. Oh, I need to make this much money so I have money for the art supplies. Buy cheaper supplies. You're starting out. You don't need the most expensive supplies. You just need to actually do the thing you're saying you're going to do. You've had excuses that have run out. You've had excuses that have expired, and you've still not done it. Do it. What was the third one? Music. If you're a songwriter, I need you to write an album. An album, that's so much. I've recorded an album. Was it a good album? No, but it was a good experience. It was so fun to have a title, to have a cover shoot, to record everything, to try to put everything cohesively. I loved it. And you should do that. You should write an album. Now, you don't have to compose an album. If you're a songwriter, write an album. If you're a composer, compose an album, or classical music, I guess. Compose something of 10 minutes, or I don't know. If you are starting an instrument, what can you do? What can you do in 10 weeks? 10 weeks? What's 10 weeks? That's like 50 work days. Okay, get to 50 hours. Download 10,000 hours tracking app and get to 50 hours of your instrument. Book that class. Look it up on YouTube if you can't afford an actual class, and get your 50 hours in. You're like, no, but I'm not. Zip it and start. Oh, but a piano is expensive. Get the cheapest keyboard then. Done with the excuses. You can have a lifetime of excuses. You'll find new ones. This is not more valid than the last 5 you've had. So, singing, I would also say 50 hours. Get a singing teacher. You can do it online, but if I would invest in something, that would definitely be a singing teacher, because unlike instruments, your voice is so specific that you do want someone reacting specifically to your voice. So download that app too. And writing, you have written the outline from the last homework, or one of the last homeworks, so I want you to write a book. I want you to write a book. You have about 50, this is a rough estimate, 50 work days. And you can work on the weekend. I mean, you might just you either have 50 work days, or you have 70 days, or you have 20 weekend days. So that's enough. You can write 1 page. You can write the shortest book known to mankind. You can write a 20-page book. You can write a 70-page book. You can actually shoot for a 200, 300-page book. If you would do every workday, let's say 300 divided by 50, that's 6. If you write 6 pages every day, you get a 300-page book. And you're like, but it's not zip it, write the book. You do not need this course if you don't actually write the book. It is just another mental spa, but with no actual help. That metaphor was not good. For your brain. Do the thing. And then come every Saturday and keep yourself accountable. Chunk up each big goal into small goals. I think the book one is the easiest because I've written books and because it's quite a numbers game. So yeah, you write 6 pages every day. Okay, you just say you don't have time. Okay, can you wake up 30 minutes before work? And the 30 minutes when you get home, that's 1 hour, chunked up together, and then write those 6 pages. Or on the weekend, catch up. You don't have to write 6 pages every day. You can shoot for 6 pages every day, and then the end goal is 6 and 7. 36 pages every week. And if that means on the weekend, on Sundays, you have to write 36 pages because you were lazy the rest of the week or you were busy, that's okay too. But you need a deadline. And I know if you've taken this course or class or whatever you want to call this, and you've been here and you've watched, I should have said this at the beginning of the video. If you watched part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4, you want this. You want this, you care about this, so do it. There's nothing I'm going to say that's going to help if you don't actually implement it. I can show you the best recipes in the world that are going to make you lose weight, but if you don't actually eat them and you eat McDonald's while you watch me show you how to lose weight with the best recipes, you're not going to have any results. It's good for me because you're watching the video and I'm glad you are enjoying the entertainment of learning, which I think learning should be entertaining, but it's not good for you. It's not good for you to have all these dreams up in the air that you don't actually actualize. One can feel it. One can feel it when someone has so many dreams that they would like to pursue and they're not pursuing them. And you'll talk to them and it will just kind of come up little bits and pieces, and it's so sad. Because dreams you're not pursuing is interesting because those are in your control. Is it in your control if you have your sculpture in Italy or if your book sells 1 million copies in a week? No, but it's in your control to make the thing. And nothing is more in your control than to make the thing. So make the thing. Okay, so excited. Show me whatever you can of maybe your first lesson or of you starting to type. Your homework can just be a video, like if you want to share it on TikTok with me, it can just be like a video of you typing. You don't have to show me the actual book because I totally get the need for privacy for books. Or the actual sculpture, you can just show me the before, or the actual painting, you can just show me the paint brushes and put a music or a song or play it over one of my TikToks or something. That would be really, really cool. But if not, I still hope you do this. This is such a good step forward. You should be so proud of yourself. Round of applause for being here, for trying this. And I think the world would be a much better place with everyone doing art, because it's the best drug we've found for dealing with emotions so far. So thank you so much for being here. And yeah, check out everything below. And I hope I see you next Saturday.